Hi Legion, John Hitler from Evoking Genius. Welcome back. Hey, you set goals, don't you? I know I do. I've got 10 of them this year, and they're what I call achievement goals. They're specific things I'd like to achieve in health, in finances, in my business, relationships, family, money, all kinds of stuff. And we set them out as what we call a SMART goal. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and with a time date on them. Great. Well, they provide focus, they provide motivation, they provide direction. It gives us a sense of a path to walk on. Very, very useful. But what happens when we achieve the goal? So we say, I'm going to hit this specific milestone by this date. When it's done, what do we get? We get a little bit of acknowledgement, maybe from ourselves or maybe from someone else. And then what happens? We repeat the whole process. It's kind of like it never ends. Well, here's what we'd like to do today. What if you set goals specifically tailored to your unique genius, your core values, and just set up a path to walk on that would ensure that you achieved all of your achievement goals? It's what we call transformational goals. That's what we'd like to do today. So here's what I propose. We're going to teach you how to set up transformational goals. We're going to compare them and contrast them with achievement goals, and we might even have a little fun doing it. You ready to play? Let's spin the big wheel. Okay, start with achievement goals. We said they were SMART goals. S-M-A-R-T. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and they get a time sense to them, or they're timely. Great. Let's take a typical goal. People start the year and they say, this year I want to lose 20 pounds. And you hear this all the time. The problem is it's specific. The 20 pounds is specific. It's measurable. It's probably achievable and realistic. But losing 20 pounds by when? So it's a little bit nebulous. So what we do is we improve that a little bit. We say, well, I want to lose 20 pounds by Thanksgiving. Great. That's better. It does fit all the SMART characteristics. But where does it focus the attention? Diet, exercise. It focuses on, it's got like a project feel to it, like I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to concentrate on going to the gym 4 days a week. And I'm going to only have one cheat day. I'm only have sugar 1 day a week. Or I'm only going to have pasta like that. It's got a project and constraints to it. That's how a SMART goal works. It sets us on a path of activity and direction. Very, very helpful. But what if, when we lose the 20 pounds, we do what most people do? They find them. When we lose something, we tend to find it. So what ends up happening is oftentimes we get this project feel. We're done with the project. We say, I finally took the 20 pounds off. I can relax a little bit. I can work out a little bit less. I can eat a little bit more the way I wanted to, as if the way you were eating that got you to the 20 pounds overweight was healthy. No. You needed a permanent lifestyle change to keep that off. But this isn't the way our brain works. When we accomplish a project, we tend to say, I'm done with that. And then we get a little relapse. And then the holidays hit. And then what do? We gain 10 pounds. And what happens January 1st again? We say, gosh, this year I got to lose weight again. And it's this never-ending cycle of achievement goals. When we hit a specific financial goal, we say, I finally saved for this. Great. And then there's something else to save for. It kind of never ends. Well, the project feel is the problem. We're project driven. Human beings like a project. We like things to be specific. But what if we designed a different way of looking at goals where you accomplished all these projects simply by walking the path connected to your genius? It's what we call a transformational goal. And I'll walk you through what that is. I was 41 years old, and I realized that I was in very, very good health. Very good shape, athletic, but I realized that I saw people about that age starting to have minor injuries, they were gaining weight, Their hair was looking different colors. They didn't like that. I didn't either. Their energy level was different. I thought, it wasn't so much the aging process or the lack of athletic ability at that point. I thought there was a way I wanted to feel. And so what I did was I set out on a transformational goal to connect my body, be in relationship with my body in a way that I would feel a different way for the rest of my life. And it's what I called a transformational goal associated with vitality. I wanted to feel vital. I didn't want to be healthy. I wanted to be vital. High energy, flexible, get up in the morning, my feet hit the floor and I'm ready to go. Well, I wasn't going to be able to do that if I kept getting older and, if you will, more tired. So I set out a transformational goal. Rather than say, get to the gym or put on muscle or take yoga or eat better or take these vitamins, I set out on the path of a transformational path of keeping my body or maintaining my body at the athletic level, at the healthy level of an athletic 35-year-old man. People say, well, you were already 41. You can't do that. Well, actually, you can. What you have to do then is measure yourself against the standard that you want. And what I thought was, wouldn't it be cool to measure myself against a 35-year-old healthy athletic male? It completely changes the way you think. And that's the transformational piece. It expands your horizons in such a way that you start looking for ways to cheat, if you will, the aging process. Well, I completely re-examined my nutrition. Not necessarily everything just that I ate, because I ate pretty well, but what certain foods I was allergic to. I'd never done that before. I took an allergen test. I took a SpectraCell test where they check and see what vitamins are you specifically deficient in, and then you supplement. Redid all my supplements. Changed my workout routine, so rather than just working out, I worked out in competitive endeavors where I measure myself against guys much younger. Well, what do I do now? Mostly I work out with military guys between 20 and 30 years old. Sometimes they run me into the ground. It's okay. I keep up with them some days, and some days I don't. But it keeps me in the path of staying vital. I have to stay at tip-top shape and get the right amount of sleep and eat right and supplement in order to stay on that path. Well, I've never been in better shape. My body fat's below 10%, feel good every day. It's a fun path to walk on, and I never once say, I need to lose 3 pounds, or I need to get this done by this date. I simply get on the path. When I fall off, I just get back on the path. Easier and more connected to who I want to be to do a transformational goal versus an achievement goal every year associated with my health. You get the difference? So what makes a transformational goal versus an achievement goal? Well, here's some characteristics. We'll list them up here. First of all, it's going to have you become more of who you want to be anyway. That's the first thing. It could also have you start on a path or become a person you've never yet been, if that makes sense. So you could actually start fresh and for the rest of your life say, gosh, here's what I'd like to be. I'd like to be more present, or I'd like to feel more abundance or gratitude, or you get on that path, you actually get to become a person you've not yet been. It requires transformation, redesign, or reinvention of some sort for you to be on the path. Now this is not revolution. This is not blow things up. This could be subtle adjustments where you say, you know what? I'm going to transform, reinvent, or redesign this little piece, and it has a big leverage point. Absolutely not revolutionary, transformational. It provides a big win. The win is simply in playing. So if you simply walk on the path, you win. That's a key characteristic. So there's not a specific end point. You just stay on the path for a long period of time, and you continually get the benefits, and you get all kinds of strategic byproducts as well. The win is by playing. It allows for filters and self-correction at any moment. So in my case with the health goal, the vitality goal, anytime that I'm off the path, all I have to do is say, do I feel like I'm at the level of a 35-year-old athletic male today? I go, gosh, I don't. I feel terrible. I can then say, why? Well, I stayed up too late last night. We were at a party. I was out too late, ate the wrong kinds of foods, too much sugar, and I didn't get enough sleep. Got it. I know exactly what to do to get back on the path. I can't correct what happened yesterday, but I can get back on the path, and there's an easy filter for me to do that. And the last thing is it shifts the motivational focus from a carrot and stick, like if you do this, you get this, to continual improvement. You're simply making progress and having continual improvement. Much different feel about a transformational goal than an achievement goal. So let's say you wanted to play. Let's say you wanted to have a few transformational goals. How many do you need? I have 3. I have 10 achievement goals this year. Achievement goals are important. I've got all kinds of things I want to accomplish. I only have 3 consistent transformational goals. Well, how do you create them? If you went about this, how would you do it? Step 1, pick your themes. By that I mean pick the arenas that you want to, or the paths that you'd like to walk on. So let's say, I'll throw some out. How about health, or money, or gratitude, or presence? How about spirituality, or legacy, family? What themes would you pick? Post some themes that you like in the comments section below, and let's create the list together. That's step 1, is pick the categories, what you might call the Jeopardy categories you'd like to play in, the ones that attract you. Second step, take your category and contextually raise it. What does that mean, contextually raise it? Well, the truth is, let's say you took money as a category. Money is a function of what we do every day to survive. When we go to the grocery store, we pay the money. When we get a paycheck, we put it in the bank. It's a transactional thing. My suspicion is the goal or the theme may be contextually higher, which is around wealth or abundance or legacy, rather than money, which sits underneath that. It's a necessary characteristic, but my suspicion is you want to play in a higher contextual level. So to the extent that you can, raise the contextual level. Health is a good one. Do you really want health, meaning the absence of disease, or is it really about high energy? I want to feel highly energetic, or I want to feel vital, which is just a higher level of health. So the second step is pick your category and build it to the highest level. Third one, craft a transformational goal like a proposal. This is not something you're wedded to, but craft it like a proposal. And step 4 is walk around with it. So 3 and 4 go together. And how would you craft a proposal of a transformational goal? It's an interesting process. What you're going to do is you're going to create a being space. Like, this is the way I'd like to be or become. And in order to do that, you're going to have to propose a doing thing to show up as the being space. Now, that sounds funny. You say, what is that? How do you do that? Well, I'll give you an example. I was divorced 4 years ago. I have a girlfriend of 2 years, and she came out of a pretty tough divorce as well. What we realized is we didn't want to get married. We didn't want to be partners. We didn't want any of that in the traditional sense, like an achievement goal. What we wanted was, and we came up with the terminology, what we wanted was, wouldn't it be great if it felt like, or we became, a romantic adventure? We liked the theme. But how do you be in a romantic adventure amidst day-to-day stuff? Cooking dinner on a Tuesday night is not necessarily a romantic adventure. But on a continual basis, if we could play or walk on the path of a romantic adventure, that felt a whole lot better than having a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a spouse or a husband or whatever else it might be. So what we said is, what would we have to do in order to stay continually on the path a romantic adventure. Here's what we came up with. Nurture and encourage a romantic adventure that improves every year. How do you do that? What are you supposed to do? We could go right into all the achievement things. Do this, do this, do this, do this. No, it's just a filter. What we do every day is we say, how could I be more in a romantic adventure today than I was yesterday? And how could I do better this month, or more fun, or more romantic, or more adventurous than a month ago? And if you did that continually, imagine what a great relationship you'd provoke. Now also, imagine how fun and light it would be to be in relationship as opposed to work. And there were times when being in relationship felt like work. It's a lighter path, much lighter path. So you're going to propose a goal, or transformational goal, that keeps you on the path you want to be in. So if it's in presence, what might be the proposal of a path to walk on long term to keep you in presence? It's one of my favorites. A client of ours came up with it. The way he worded it was, meet this moment fully and as an old friend. That's his transformational goal for presence. So he doesn't get ahead of himself. If there's sadness, he meets it fully and as an old friend. He doesn't try to dodge, avoid, postpone. He doesn't get ahead of himself. He's not tomorrow. He's not yesterday. He's right in the moment. But that's the way he languaged it. What a great way to phrase it. And all he has to do is stay on that path. And he will accomplish continual presence. And of course, he'll experience life to its fullest because he takes in everything, good and bad. So pick your themes, raise the bar, make a proposal on what you'd like for your transformational goal. The fourth step, walk around with it. Now what do you mean walk around with it? Well, you're not going to just come up with a transformational goal, language it once, like a pop quiz, and then say, I got it, I'm done, my life is good. You're going to have to walk around with this. Maybe write it on a little post-it and have it by your bedside. And when you wake up every morning, read it and go, does this feel right? And really, you'll know. Does this feel right? Is the language right for me? If it is, you'll know it tomorrow, and you'll know it the next day, and the next day, and after a couple of weeks, you'll say, I got it, this one's good. And if it's not quite right, you'll know that too. You'll say, this isn't quite right. If you're having trouble, send a little note. Put it in the comments section, we'll help you with that. But walking around with it is the best way to do it. Share it with somebody close to you. You know, you're not going to post these, you're not going to post them so the whole world sees it, but share it with a friend and say, I'm thinking of taking on this transformational goal, this way of being as a new way of life. What do you think? They'll give you some feedback. They'll give you some comments. They'll help you edit. But walk around with them and you'll know. Once you've walked around with it and you like it, you're going to have a set of 2, 3, maybe 4 of these. Most people don't have more than that because you don't need to. The themes will overlap. If you take one on in abundance, it's going to affect your relationships, your money, your health. It'll overlap all those. If you take one on with vitality, it's going to affect your energy, your sense of adventure. All the themes overlap. Once you've got your proposals and you like them, go. Go, like walk the path. And see the difference it makes being in transformational goals as opposed to being in achievement goals. You can have them both simultaneously, but see how the two interact. Playing on the path of transformational goals, chances are will take care of achieving your achievement goals. At least that's been my experience. So here's the thing. Transformational goals are part of and connected to, like they're part and parcel of your genius, your unique genius. I absolutely honor your courage and commitment to keep playing in this arena. As I say, genius is not for everyone. You've chosen to take it on. You've chosen to learn, to grow, and I'm your partner with that. Send me a comment, and I'd love to hear from you down below, and I look forward to talking to you next.